welcome you all to today's lesson. And in today's lesson, we are going to talk about indices, standard form, and approximations. This is what we are going to talk about. So even as we start, we are going to start with indices. I want you to understand this. I'm going to do this with exam questions. So we'll start with the indices. So whenever you are talking about an index, so indices, we just talk about how many times a number is being multiplied by itself. So when you've got numbers like 2 times 2 times 2 like this is just the same as what? 2 to the power 1, 2, 3 to the power what? To the power 3. This is what we mean. So whenever you are talking about indices, these just indicate how many times a number is multiplied by itself. Then this 3 here, this 3 is called index. It is called an index. This is what you need to know and understand. So before we go any further, I want to summarize this so that we get an understanding, we know and understand. There is what we call laws of indices. You need to know and understand the laws of indices. So we've got the laws of indices. There are certain laws that you need to know and understand. So the first one is very simple. So the first one is that any number raised to the power 1, let's say a raised to the power 1, is equal to itself. Is equal to what? Is equal to itself. So any number raised to the power 1, let's say a to the power 1 is equal to a. Then if you've got a number like 100 to the power 1, this is equal to the same number which is here. So these are just the same. This is what you need to understand. The second law that we get to talk about is that, let's say a to the power 0 is equal to what? A to the power 0 is equal to what? Is equal to 1. Which means that any number raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. So when we say 100 to the power 0, this is equal to what? Equal to 1. Anything raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. This is what you need to get and understand. I want you to understand this. Let us go to the third one. The third one, if you say a to the power negative n, what does it mean? So this one, we are going to understand it in this way. So whenever you see a negative index means a negative power. So when you want to change from a negative index to a positive index, what you need to do is that you just say 1 over what? A to the power n. This is what it means. So if you've got a number 100 to the power negative 1 like this, how can you change this? This is just the same as 1 over 100. Have you seen? Then the power 1 there follows. This is what it means. So even if you've got a number like, let's say you've got 100 to the power negative 4, this is just the same as 1 over 100 to the power 4. This is just one and the same. So you are changing from a negative index to a positive index. Then the fourth one. So I want you to understand this. When you've got a to the power m times a to the power n, what does this mean? So this means that whenever you are multiplying same bases, you just need to add the powers. So this is the same as a to the power what? M plus n. This is what it means. So a power m times a power n. So whenever you are multiplying numbers with same bases, what you need to do, you just need to add the powers. Same bases. Understand this. Whenever you are having same base, you just need to add the powers. So if you've got 2 to the power 3 times 2 to the power 4, this is equal to what? Same bases, you add the powers. So this is 2 to the power 3 plus 4. Then you are going to have your answer as 2 to the power 7. This is what we get to mean, and this is what you need to understand. I move to the other one. Hope you are getting something. Hope you are able to understand everything that I'm trying to do here. Hope you are able to understand. Let's go to number 5. So the number 5 one is where you've got this one like this, m. Then here there is division, power n, like this. What does this mean? So this is the same as, so whenever you are dividing numbers of the same bases, what you need to do is that you maintain the same base, then you subtract the powers. This is what it means. You subtract the what? The powers. So just need to subtract the powers. This is what it means. Just need to subtract the powers. So if you've got a number like 2 to the power 6, divide by what? 2 to the power 3. This means that the same 2 will maintain, then you subtract the powers. We are going to say 6 minus 3, which will be now equal to what? 2 to the power 3. So this will be what? Your answer. This is what it means. So this is what you need to know and understand. This is what you need to know and understand. So I want you to get this. I want you to understand this. Let's go to the 6th one. We move to the 6th one. So the number 6 is that whenever you've got a number like this, have you seen? Then you've got the n outside. What does this mean? Which means that these ones you get to multiply them. Say m n, you multiply. So this can be, let's say we've got 2 to the power 3, then we've got a number here outside, which is a 2. This means that just same as 2 to the power, when you multiply these two, what are you going to have? 6. This is what you need to understand. So you just need to multiply the what? Just need to multiply the powers. Then the 7th one, go to the 7th one. Hope you are able to understand this. You are able to get. The 7th one is that when you've got a number like a, have you seen a is raised to the power what? M over n. What does this mean? So each time you've got this is a number, a here is standing in for a number. Even all these letters are standing in for numbers. So this means that whenever you've got something like this, so what you need to understand, this one here, you are going to put a what? You are going to put a root like this. Have you seen? N will be there. N is going to be there. The A will be here. This is where we are going to have the A. The A is going to be inside there. Then you put these in brackets. Then M is outside like that. So this and this, they are just the same. So you say, how many times a number that is here means how many times can you multiply a to have the number that is here? How many times which number can you multiply by any numbers to get a? So this, I'll do this. For example, let me say you've got a number like 82 over 3. Have you seen? This is the same as what? You write a root there like that. The 3 here goes there. 80 goes there. You do this. Then you say, so the power there comes here like that. This is just one and the same. So you ask yourself, which number can you multiply 3 times by itself to get the 8 that is there? So which number can you multiply 3 times by itself to get 8? So the number that you can multiply 3 times by itself to get 8 it is what? 2. You multiply 2 times 2 times 2 3 times, you are going to get what? 8. So the answer there, it is what? 2. So this I just wanted to show you. So it is 2. The same 2 in brackets like this is raised to which power? Raised to the power 2 there. So this means that this is just 2 to the power 2. So 2 to the power 2 is what? Is 4. So the answer is 4. So if you are taught to simplify something like that, the answer you are going to get, it is just a 4. This is what you need to know and understand. We move to the last one. So let us go to the last one. Let us go to the last one. Let's say you've got a number like this is A over B. Have you seen? You've got A over B to the power negative n. Negative n like that. This is what we are having. So now, how can we go about this? The way we get to simplify this, I'm going to say that this is equal to. So how can you change that negative when you've got a fraction here? So when you've got a fraction here, what you're going to do is that these two are going to swap so that that one can be changed to a positive. This means that the B will go on top, the A comes down here. Then the N is going to change, you've got N there. This is what you need to do. Then you just work out now. Say B to the power N, A to the power N, then you simplify. So these are procedures you need to do. These are things that you need to understand on indices. So let us look at some examples under this. Let us look at some examples. These are the questions here. These are the questions. The question is saying evaluate the following. So we want to evaluate this. How can you evaluate this? So I'm not going to answer everything here. Some of these questions you need to practice them. So I will just answer 1 or 2 questions. Then these other ones you practice them. You send as an exercise. So I'll answer question A. We've got question A here. This is question A. We've got question A, which is there. So how is question A? So question A, this is how question A is. Question A is saying 4 to the power negative 2. Have you seen the way it is? So how can you answer this? This is the same as 1 over 4 to the power 2. This is equal to what? 1 over, what is 4 to the power 2? This means that you're saying 4 times 4. Then finally you've got your answer as 1 over 16. So that is your answer. We have evaluated. So if you know what you are doing, when you know what you are doing, 4 to the power negative 2. Here 1 over 4 to the power 2, which is just the same as 4 times 4. So you can exclude this part, then you just continue. So you exclude this part, you know that 4 to the power 2 just go direct as 16. You do that. So that's how you need to go about that one. Let us move to the other one. So let me help you with B. So let me also help you with B. I will help you with B. So how is B? So have you seen 2 over 3 the power negative 2? So let me help you with B. So I will also answer B, which is 2 over 3 to the power negative 2. So how can you answer this one? How can you go about that one? So whenever you want to change this one, the negative to a positive index, what you need to do is that these numbers are going to swap. So you're going to have 3 over 2, then power 2, like that, which is now equal to, this is the same as 3 having the same power 2 over 2 having power 2. So this is now equal to what? 3 power 2 is what? It's 9 over. What is 2 to the power 2 is what? 4. So when I say 3 power 2. It doesn't mean it's 3 times 2, no. It's saying you are multiplying 2 times by itself to get that one. So this is what you need to know and understand. So I've done this one. Let me also help you another one. So which one can I help you with? Which one can I help you? Okay, so all these ones are very simple now. They're very simple. So all these ones are very simple, So you're going to practice starting from C. I hope you are able to see. C, D, E, F, G, H, I. These ones, you are going to practice them. So make sure you practice through these, you understand them. So these, all the remaining ones, make sure that you practice through them. So hope you are able to see this. Hope you are able to see this. So this is all you need to know on indices. Let us now go to standard form. So this is exercise 1. Starting from C up to I, you answer this work and submit. So let us now go to standard form. We move to standard form. Look at standard form. So standard forms, this is just a method of expressing numbers in the form of, so numbers are in this form: a times 10 to the power n, like this. This is what you need to know and understand. Where a, we've got a here, so you need to make sure that a is between this range. A must be between this range, should be equal to or greater than 1, but it should be less than 10. This is what you need to understand. This means that a should be greater than or equal to 1, but a should be less than 10. This is what we get to mean. So in standard form, we get to express numbers in this format. So in this form, numbers are expressed in this form. This is the form that we get to follow. Numbers are expressed in this form, where the a here should be 1 or greater than 1. But you need to make sure that it is less than what? It is less than 10. This is how we get to express those numbers. Let's say you are given a number like, this is a question. So express, you are given a question. Express in standard form. You are given a question. Express in standard form, like this. Express in standard form. So the first one is 452. I will do this. This is A. So I'll say this is A. B, I'm going to say I've got 0.000825. Got something like that. Then C, let me say, so C, okay, C, let me put this number here, which is I'll just say the number is this number which is here. So I'll just say 0 point, there's a point here, 0.0021. Let me put 1 here, 0.021. So there is a 1 here. So this is what you are given. So you are told to express in standard form. So expressing in standard form, this is what we are going to do. So when a number is written like this, so it means a point is where? A point is here. We follow a point which is here. So now you say, how many steps are you going to move so that you put a point here where you are just remaining with one number. So you are going to move 1, 2. Have you seen? The point should be here. So how many steps have we moved? 1, 2. 2 steps. So this is 4.52 times 10 to the power how many steps? 2 steps. So when you are moving in this way, just need to know that the power should be positive when you are going this way. Have you seen? So each time you are going this way, just need to know that then power should be what? The power should be positive. This is what you need to know. The power should be positive. You need to make sure that the power is what? The power is positive. This is what you need to do. So when you've got a number here, let's say you've got another number here. Let's say you've got 3, 1, 4, 1, 6. Then a point is here. A point. So even if there's no point, just needs to know that the point is at the end. So how many times are you going to move? So that you just remain with one number there. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many times? 4. So this is the same as what? This is the same as 3.1416 times 10 to the power how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4 to the power 4. This is just one and the same thing. So you've expressed in what? In standard form. This is how we express in standard form. This is how you need to express in standard form. So how can you express this one in standard form? So what you are going to do with this one, you are going to move. Have you seen where the point is? So you're going to move until you find the first number there. So you say, how many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4 here. You found the first number. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 steps. So this is 8. The point will be 0.25 times 10 to the power how many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4 to the power what? Negative 4. So when you're moving in this way, which means that the number will be what? Will have a negative index, a negative power. This is what you need to know. We are having a negative power. So just know that you are going to have a negative power. That's a negative power that we are having here. So this is a number we've expressed in what? In standard form. This is what you need to do. So this is how you need to be expressing numbers in standard forms. How can you express that one? The point is here. 1, 2, 3. Have you seen how many times have we moved? We've moved 3 times. So we've moved 3 times. So what I'm going to do is that it's 2.1 times 10 to the power what? Negative 3. So that is your answer. You've expressed in what? In standard form. That's how you need to be expressing in standard form. So each time you're given such a number, you need to follow the instructions. You follow what you are taught. You follow what you are given. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to understand. So let's make sure that we follow these. Let's make sure that we follow all these things that I'm telling you so that we understand them if they are to come in an exam. So let us move to approximations. Let us move to approximations. Hope you know what it means when I say approximate. So we move to approximation. This is another topic here. Approximations. Move to approximations. So we move to approximations. So when we are talking about this, an approximation is a stated value of a number which is close to but not equal to the true value of that number. This is what you need to get. So now, talking about this, rounding off is the process of approximating a number. So when you are rounding, so let me do this. So rounding off, you know what it means to round off. So rounding off is the process. Rounding off is the process of approximating a number. Is a process of what? So rounding off is a process of approximating. It's a process of approximating. Process of approximating a number. This is what you need to get. So rounding off is a process of approximating a number. So when you round off, you've just approximated that number. So this is what you need to know and understand. This is what we get. So to round off a number, first thing you need to do is to find the place in the number where the rounding off must be done and look at the digits to the right. This is what you need to do. So let's say we've got a number here. We've got this number which is here. We've got a number. So let's say you've got a number. I'm going to say you've got 4.4671. You've got this number. So I'm going to get this as an example. You've got this is the number which you are having. So in this number which we are having now, what if so the first thing you need to do is that in this, let's say you are taught to express this number to two significant figures or to two decimal places. You are taught to express this one to two decimal places. So what can you do? So to two decimal places, you can be taught to express to two decimal places. You can be taught to express to significant figures. It depends on how they have asked the question. So if you are taught to express to two decimal places, you start from a decimal number here. This is where a decimal number is. 2. You move 2 steps. 1, 2. So here you are going to end here. 2 decimal places. You look at the number which is on your what? Right. This is the number on my right, the first number. So if this number is greater than 5, you need to add a 1 to this number on your left. But if this number is less than 5, then this number will maintain. So you ask yourself, is this number greater than 5 or less than 5? This number is greater than 5. So you are going to add a 1 to this number. So everything which is here will disappear. So I'm going to have 4.4. Then if I add a 1 to 6, 6 becomes 7. So then this is my answer. To what? To 2 decimal places. So I've expressed to 2 what? 2 decimal places. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. So what if I'm told to express this number to 2 significant figures? If I'm told to express to 2 significant figures, I start with this number here, which is here. So it's 1. So I'm going to write the same number, 4.467. What if you are told to express, to two significant figures? So you are told to express to 2 significant figures. What are you supposed to do? You start from here. Say 1, 2. So it will be here. Have you seen? So you focus on this number. This number is greater than 5. So you put a 1 there. So this one becomes a 5. So 4.5. So this one is in 2 significant figures. Have you seen? So this one, it's decimal point. We follow a point. But when we are talking about significant figures, we follow what? Numbers which are significant. We follow, if it is the number 4 here, we start from this same number. This is what you need to know and understand. So these are things you need to get. These are things that you need to understand. So let's make sure we get this. Let's make sure we understand everything that I'm doing here. Have you seen? So let's make sure we get the full concept. Let's make sure that we understand this. We need to make sure that we understand. What if you are given a number? Let's say you are given a scenario where they are saying that the number of orphans and vulnerable children in one province in Zambia is 599,900. This is the number of orphans and vulnerable children in one province in Zambia. This is just an example. And the first question is saying, write this number in standard form. How can you write this number in standard form? That's the first thing you are taught. Write this number in standard form. How can you write this number in standard form? You start, the point is here. Since we don't have a point here, so it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is what? 5.999 times 10 to the power what? Where are you starting from this side? So it's positive what? Positive 5. Like this. These zeros don't matter. So you just leave them like that. If you want, you can include them. But even if you leave them, it doesn't matter. Those zeros don't matter that much. So once you reach here now, the other thing which you need to do now, then this is part A. You are just told you've answered part A. You've expressed this number in standard form. Then the second question is express this number correct to one significant figure. One significant figure. So one significant figure is just the same one here, 5. So the 5 here, then you just put a 1 here because this one is greater than 5. So this one becomes 6. So it is what? It is going to be 6 times 10 to the power 5. This is what it is going to be. To what? One significant figure. So we've expressed to one significant figure. That's how you need to do it. That's how you need to get that one. Have you seen? So these are things that you need to know and understand. Make sure you get this. You get the necessary concept. Make sure you understand this. So we've talked about indices, standard form, and approximations. So let's make sure that we understand all these which I've given you. So let me give you now a question. Let me give you an exercise that you are going to practice. Let me give you an exercise plus those ones which I said at first. You practice those plus this one which I'm going to give you. This is the question which is here. This is your exercise. The question is saying the population of African country in 2010 was this figure here. Express in standard form and correct to 3 significant figures. This is how the question is. So practice through this question. Then the other thing is that this part here, starting effective tomorrow, we'll be doing revisions of past papers. So revisions of past papers. So tomorrow we'll finish section B, past paper. So I want you to follow me correct and very well. So we'll do some revisions in past papers tomorrow. So we'll start going through past papers. So make sure you submit this work, you answer this work.